Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in my quiet corner today. I have been feeling a bit thoughtful lately, and I find that the best way to process those feelings is through color. I am a little shy with words, so I will let my brushes do most of the talking, but I'm glad you are here to sit with me for a while. Today I am sharing the process behind this vibrant geranium watercolor. I was really drawn to the way these flowers cluster together and the unique rounded shape of their leaves. My goal with this piece was to capture the delicate balance between the bold, saturated pinks and the soft, cool blues of the background. Take a deep breath with me as we begin. Today is not about perfection, it's about the flow of the water and the movement of the brush. There is something so therapeutic about the way watercolor moves. You provide the pigment, but the water decides where it wants to go. I choose this blue for the background because it feels like a clear summer morning. Let's just let the color settle and breathe on the page. Watch how the magenta touches the wet paper. It's like a tiny explosion of color. I love watching the edges soften and blur. I used a mix of alizarin crimson and quinacridone magenta for the blooms to get the deep, velvety look. For the sky, I used a wet on wet technique to get the smooth gradient, whereas for the leaves, I waited for the paper to dry to add those sharp dark green veins. I wanted the butterfly to be a focal point, so I kept its colors cool, mostly blues and purples, to make it pop against the warm stems. One challenge with geranium is making sure the flower cluster doesn't look like one big blob. I had to be very careful with my negative painting to define the edges of each individual petal. There's something very calming about painting botanical subjects. It forces you to slow down and look at the tiny details, like the way the stems radiate from the center. I'm adding the butterfly, now a quiet visitor. I want it to look light, almost as if it's just landed for a split second before flying off again. In watercolor, you have to learn to let go. You can't control every drop. It's a lesson in patience and accepting the happy accidents that happen along the way. If you are painting along with me, don't worry if your looks different. Every hand has its own rhythm and every brush has its own voice. I find that when I paint flowers, my mind stops racing. The world gets very small, just me, the bristles, and this shade of pink. The leaves of a geranium have such a rhythmic pattern. Painting these curves feels like a meditation in itself, round and round, building the layers of green. I am really happy with how the lighting turned out, especially the highlights on the leaves. that make them look almost waxy and alive. Adding these tiny dark lines is my favorite part. It's where the painting starts to wake up and tell its story. A butterfly rests where the pigment dried, a momentary passenger in a world made of water. Between the stem and the sky, there is a space where the artist and the element begins. Surrender the edge, let the colors bleed. There is no such thing as mistake in a garden that breathes. The leaves are white hands catching the emerald light of a quiet afternoon. Cool blues hide in the shade while the edges dance in a pale lemon yellow glow. Tracing the veins is a path to stillness, a map of how water finds its way through the earth. In the middle of all this growth, a moment of stillness, a butterfly in watercolor. As in life, the most beautiful parts are often the ones where we let the colors bleed together and find their own way home. And then there are the leaves. Shading foliage is not about just adding dark green, it's about balance. I have tucked cool blues into the shadows to make the leaves recede, and touched the edges with yellow to catch a phantom sun. Every leaf is a record of a single mindful brush stroke. Press, drag, and lift. They say watercolor is the art of surrender. Look at these petals. I didn't just paint them with magenta. I invited the water to carry the pigment into the force. You can see where the light breathes through the paper. That's the white space doing the work for us. As we add the final touches, take a moment to appreciate the time you spent creating today. Even if it's just a few strokes, it's a gift to yourself. Thank you for sitting in this quiet space with me. I hope this brought a little bit of peace to your day, just as did to mine. Until next time, keep creating and stay gentle with yourself. Thank you. See you in the next video.